Come as you are, as you were, as a fake pro athlete, as a man or woman with a beard like Bobby G. Airball dunks, missed layups, the choice is yours to not be great. Take a rest, bearded men, as a known dump diver, yeah. Dump diver, yeah. When I swear that I can't make a dunk. No, I can't make a dunk. Oh, the complaints have already started in the WNBA. We are barely 1 week into the regular season. The dump has just started processing trash. It is so early in the season. The porta potties haven't even been emptied yet. And we are already hearing the complaints from WNBA dump divers. Now, of course, it's not just the players in the WNBA that are complaining. They are getting the ultimate assist from one of their biggest sympathizers in the mainstream media, Nancy Armour at USA Today. Earlier this morning, Nancy Armour gave us an update on the accommodations in the WNBA dump. There seems to be a serious problem in this league. Well, there are nothing but problems, but there is one problem taking precedence over all the others. This league is not equitable! The amenities in Las Vegas and New York City are far better than Seattle and Chicago. My sources tell me dump divers in New York now have access to Just for Men. This gives them an unfair advantage. They have the ability to grow facial hair at a faster rate than those who don't have access to this luxury. You are not going to believe what started these latest complaints. You're not going to believe it. Do you guys remember the Chicago Sky? Who? The Chicago Sky. Well, they're better known here on the channel as the Chicago Shitfucks. They are famous for organizing a championship parade, I think it was about 2 years ago, to celebrate their access to the Golden Toilet. They invited the millions of people who can't leave the third world country Chicago has become to attend this celebration. Party was free. They offered complimentary drinks, Don's Hard Lemonade. The donut diva Brian Stelter provided his specialty, glazed nuts. Driving through downtown Chicago that day, you could smell the fresh aroma of the grilled woke wiener. Identifiers living in Chicago, they had every reason to show up, yet for some reason, none of them did. Anyway, for years, pretend basketball players in Chicago, they were utilizing a local rec center to practice. I think we used to call these the YMCA. They didn't have the money to rent out the center, so it was open to the public. On one side of the room, Sammy Steroid was overcompensating for the shrinkage downstairs by flexing his inflated biceps. On the other side of the room, WNBA dump divers, they were sharing the one ball they were provided, trying to see who could finally make a shot. Now, this is unbelievable, right? I know we make fun of the WNBA with regularity here on the channel, but all kidding aside, the WNBA, it is a semi-professional pretend basketball league. I mean, these elite athletes, they are paid minimum wage to play basketball. There are high school programs in this country that offer better amenities than the WNBA. This just isn't right. It's not fair, damn it. Ownership in Chicago, they decided to rectify the problem. They have developed plans to build a brand new state-of-the-art practice facility. It's great news, right? This should be a requirement for anyone owning a sports team. Teams should provide adequate facilities so players can practice new ways to miss shots. It gets kind of old seeing the same airballed layups. If WNBA players had adequate facilities, maybe they could develop the skills to do behind-the-back layups that land in the empty front row. It is unknown as to when this new facility in Chicago will be completed, but this is still great news, right? Not according to Nancy Armour at USA Today. No! This is an embarrassment! Why did it take so long for the WNBA to update their facilities? This team in Chicago is legendary. It's a who's who of elite athletes. I happen to agree. The WNBA is damn sure a who's who league. Barbara Beard drives the lane for another missed layup. Who? Bob Griner tries to dribble through the legs, crashing to the ground in pain as the ball meets the other balls. Who? According to Nancy Armour, it's downright unacceptable that WNBA players have to use the local YMCA to perfect their game. But Nancy Armour is not the only complainer. I know this is going to be surprising. I know this will be breaking news. We also have a WNBA player complaining about the league. Imagine my surprise. A WNBA dump diver complaining? No! Recently, Candace Parker was the guest on Draymond Green's podcast. Casey, who is Candace Parker? Candace Parker is what they classify as a legend in the WNBA. She's one of the league's success stories, a true happy ending. You see, Candace Parker married her college sweetheart in November of 2008. 2008 was also the same year that she started her career as a minimum wage worker in the WNBA. 5 years later, they filed for divorce citing irreconcilable differences. Now, normally, this is the excuse used when two people just kind of give up working on their marriage. But in the case of Candace Parker, there were truly irreconcilable differences. It's kind of hard to stay married to a woman when she's attracted to a different type of birthing person. Anyway, Candace Parker is the guest with Dre Green, the founder of new media that no one gives a shit about. They were talking about their priorities, family, friends, things like that. But all of a sudden, Candace Parker goes off on a tangent, a rage, about the inadequate facilities in the WNBA. Dre, you're not going to believe it. We have to fill the jacuzzi with buckets. Our pool has an oak tree growing through the liner. Watch for yourself.
Draymond, I have not had a locker in my entire career. I've been in the WNBA for 16 years, and I have not had a locker where it has my name on it and I can leave my shit and then come back and know my shit gonna be there.
Really?
I fought so hard to bring the WNBA along that I've never had a practice facility where I can just go get shots up at night. We've always shared a practice. Yes, and so my thing is I deserve that, right?
Absolutely.
I deserve that. I've worked my ass off.
All kidding aside for 1 second, if this is true, and I have no reason to doubt Candace Parker, but if this is true, it is pathetic that WNBA players don't have their own lockers. I mean, if I were Candace Parker, I would be pissed off about that too. But there are two things that caught my attention with Nancy Armour and Candace Parker. Number one, they failed to mention the reason that WNBA players don't have the same facilities that you see in real professional sports. Lack of funding, money. Nancy Armour complained, these luxuries Candace Parker is describing are common in the NFL, NBA, and Major League Baseball. Yeah, that's true. But you know what else is common in those three leagues? Revenue, profit, sold out games. Well, sold out games are common in the NFL and NBA. Not so much in Major League Baseball, but at least they sell out during the playoffs. The WNBA, they can't fill arenas to capacity during the finals. Nancy Armour also claimed there is money to be made in the WNBA. Oh, really? Really? Please explain to me, Nancy, how we can monetize the WNBA. Well, KC, ratings for Women's March Madness were bonkers. Bonkers? Nancy, you're really showing your age here. Who in the hell uses the word bonkers? Well, you get my point, asshole. People are willing to watch these legendary athletes if they're just given the chance. Oh. Let me disprove this false notion again. Yes, ratings for March Madness were good during the later rounds, but like I have explained before, the tournament is the draw. If you look at ratings during the first and second round of the women's tournament, not that good. If you look at women's college basketball ratings during the regular season, downright god-awful. They are struggling to draw 100,000 viewers. But KC, WNBA ratings were up 200% last weekend. This is great! Again, this was a one-off event. People watched out of curiosity to see the immaculate return of Brittany Griner. It is a hell of a lot easier to pop a big rating for a singular event than it is to maintain that same momentum throughout the season. But let's get back to monetization. Nancy Armour claims the WNBA can be profitable. If that's the case, how come no one has figured out a way to make money off the WNBA? David Stern was the ultimate capitalist. David Stern could make money selling the grilled woke wiener to Straight Sam. David Stern revolutionized the NBA, took the league global. He started marketing stars instead of teams. He was able to secure billion-dollar deals with broadcast networks. David Stern, he managed the WNBA for decades, never generated 1 peso in profit. If there was a way to monetize the WNBA, David Stern would have figured it out. He didn't. There was something Candace Parker said that caught my attention. It was just one word, one simple word, but this word perfectly encapsulates the mentality throughout the WNBA. I deserve my own locker. I deserve a practice facility where I can shoot jumpers at midnight when I'm arguing with my emotional support shovel. There's that word again, deserve. Translation? I am entitled. I am entitled to have my own locker. I am entitled to have my own practice facility. I am entitled to fly on private jets. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but let me explain exactly what you're entitled to. Let me explain exactly what you deserve. Nothing. If you want a private practice facility, figure out a way to earn it. Figure out a way to make this dump profitable. People who own these franchises, they didn't become billionaires by accident. They are willing to risk spending money if they're going to get a return on their investment. WNBA never given them a return. So why would they be willing to dump millions of dollars into luxuries for entitled players when they are never going to see a return? These dump divers think because the media calls them professional athletes, they are entitled to the same luxuries as real professional athletes. That's not how this works. When you're not generating profit, you're not working in luxurious conditions. Simple as that. But for some reason, this seems to be a very difficult concept to grasp for our lovely ladies in the WNBA. But give me your thoughts. WNBA teams offer to improve their facilities. Players in the media still complaining. Will they ever be satisfied? Better yet, will this league ever turn a profit? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys tomorrow.